Hello, and look at me, I'm on my new bike. I kind of forgot to turn the cameras on beforehand. And this is me pulling out of Staffordshire Triumph on my new Tiger Rally Pro. And I'm rather pleased with it all. And yeah, there we go, that's it, me pulling off the forecourt. And this is a bit of a continuation of the video saying goodbye to the trophy, so the last ride. It was a bit weird, I went in there and the trophy was there in the forecourt, so to speak. So if you're looking for a very good trophy that has been loved, go check it out. Really good bike. But today it's just saying hello. To this, my 2021 Tiger Rally Pro. Sorry, I've got so much stuff rattling through my head. I'm trying to compose myself as I do this. It's all happened so quickly. It all came together so quickly. In a good way. I wasn't expecting to get this bike, but I'm very pleased to have it. I'll tweak that one. That one's okay. So yeah, this is my 2021 Triumph Tiger Rally Pro in what I think is the best colour, the green. And this is a get to know you ride. My first few miles on it. So the deal with this bike is that it's a ex-factory machine. So this is the machine that if you watched any of the reviews a couple of years ago or a year or so ago out in Portugal, this bike would have been one of them. So this is the bike that they would have sent out to any of the press guys to tinker with and play with ahead of doing all those reviews. And these bikes have now been obviously released to sell, and Triumph Staffordshire had about 3 of them, and this is the last one. And just so happened at that time I happened to inquire about a 2019 bike, actually another Explorer, and they gave me some options on this, and it happened to be a way better option and a way better bike. So I'm very pleased to be back on a adventure bike. I also opted to get some panniers fitted for it, some adventure style aluminium adventure boxes on the back, which I'm actually really pleased about because I've missed those from my GS days, and they also had an offer in those, and because I keep buying bikes from Triumph Staffordshire, I get a discount on all this stuff, so I actually had a really good deal with it all. And here I am. Sadly the sun has disappeared. It was shining earlier, a really good day to pick up a bike. So hopefully I can get rid of this cloud cover. But this bike is, if you watched any of the reviews, is fully loaded. It's got everything slung at it with regards to gadgets and toys, which is a major appeal, as we all like our gadgets. But two of the most significant reasons why I went for this bike as a follow-on from my last video on the matter is that it's lighter. Maybe it's still another big bike and significantly taller than the outgoing trophy, but it's lighter, significantly lighter. It's about 55 kilograms lighter than the trophy, and you can feel it instantly with every movement of the bike. Hear that growl then when I opened it up? That was amazing. So yeah, one, it's lighter, like 55 kilograms lighter than the trophy, which is brilliant, and I'm loving that already. And also the clutch is super light. and I'm really pleased about that as well. So there were two of the big issues of the trophy for me on a personal level, as well as the obviously the personal issues. I think I screwed that up, scratched that. So that was two of the mechanical, if you like, bike specific issues, the weight of the thing and the heavy clutch. But on a personal level, it's great to get a new machine, a fresh start for the upcoming tours planned and adventures for next year. Fantastic. And yeah, I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased with it. The level of tech is just ridiculous with it though, it really is. It's got everything slung at it, and I'm digging the backlit switches on the switchgear as well. That's fun. I'm going to turn on my heated seat because its temperature's dropped a little bit, so let's see if that works. To my utter surprise, it's got a heated seat. It's been optioned in on this bike. That wasn't me. If you got one of these as standard, that is one of the things that it does not come with. That does come with the Rally Explorer. It rides really well too. I took it for a really cool test ride, to dual carriageway as well as some twisties. So I did get the opportunity to try her out. I also like the really wide bars, very comfortable riding position too. And I just like being the upright stance of it all. You know, you can see over everything. Very comfortable. This bike, my bike, also came with the upper crash bars, which is cool. That's something that I would want anyway, but it's come with the bike, and they're not cheap either. So I know some people like or dislike say it detracts from the look of the machine, but I like it. I think it makes it look more rugged, and the GS had something very similar as well, which again I like the look of it. If you're going to go in to this bike stuff, you've got to go all in, I think. And, bike stuff, adventure bike stuff is what I meant to say. I think you should go all in. So I love the aluminium panniers and all the crash bars around it. It's unapologetic. And I like the idea of parking these things up outside Starbucks, because that always makes me laugh too. Anyway, I'm excited is the upshot of all. I hope that's coming across. Well, my buttocks are getting toasty. I've just felt it, it's coming through now. Also forgetting that it's got a quick shifter, up and down quick shifter and blipper, which is awesome. I keep using the clutch. The main faff today, which I'm really annoyed at myself about, is I forgot to renew the insurance, as in shift the insurance across from the trophy to this. So I had to, rather embarrassingly, wait in the, oh there we go, it's went up like smooth, very smooth. Wait in there for what seemed like an eternity to get my policy transferred across from the trophy to this. And frustrating me even more, hey buddy, is I was actually looking to get that bike, not that actual bike, but that model. Well, went for this one instead. But yeah, what my point there was, I was waiting on endless chats. All these, come on man, all of these service providers have done away with a direct contact number and gone to live chats, which is all well and good for when the situation calls for it, but when you just need to talk to someone, it's infuriating. And I have a very short temper when it comes to that sort of thing, when you just want to get out on your bike. Anyway, I've managed to sort it out, but it's my own fault. I should have done that beforehand, but because everything moves so quickly during the week, and because I've had a hell of a week at work, I just completely forgot, because I'm a numpty. So, back to the point. This will be the new touring machine for the foreseeable future, and it will also serve for a lot of fun, I think, as well, because it's got something crazy like 100, or just short of 150 brake horsepower, which is just insane. So it's got a lot of power, a lot of gadgets, and I think it will be a lot of fun outside of touring as well. I'll tell you what, I am enjoying having my buttocks gently heated. My plan right now, as it literally is my first ride, it's to take you out to the peaks. So I'm going to call it here and pick it up again in the peaks. I'll give you a bit of a walk around on the bike, call it there. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hello and good morning. I hope you're all well. And yeah, I'm in the Peak District on my new 2021 Triumph Tiger Rally Pro, and I'm having a ball. It's exactly a week since I picked this bike up, and since you last saw me, in fact. And I have to apologise now because I was all over the place, and I was just focusing on getting this bike home at the time, after wrestling with insurance companies after they made a bit of a boo-boo and tried to sort it out. It was my fault. All very frustrating on the day you pick up your new bike. Anyway, on the bike, a week later, this is the first proper ride. The weather is a bit moody, but it's apparently meant to be acceptable until about midday. So I thought I'd do the tail end of this video for my initial ride on my new bike. And I'm about 10 minutes out from the Onderman. Figured I'd dive out for breakfast and then bring it back again. So that's a nice hour or so, couple of hour ride on the bike, and I am having an absolute ball, as I said. First thing you'll notice is that the sat nav's all mounted up. So I got this set up during the week, and it's the same setup as a fellow blogger, Moto UK, and he's got the same bike, same sat nav unit. So I've decided to copy him, and it was a nice tidy setup, nice and clean. There is another aftermarket accessory you can get to mount sat navs, about the same price after you look at the whole deal with postage and everything. And it's like looks like a tail of a scorpion, like a metal transformers scorpion. I thought it looked like. It arced behind this the dash all the way up. But my problem with it, although it looked very cool, it's extremely high to the point where it might obstruct visibility. Oh, that engine is amazing. It really does growl. Anyway, I'm going off point. So I like the more simplistic approach that Moto UK approached. Scratch that. I like the more simplistic approach that Moto UK has used with his sat nav. And it is bouncing around, and you can probably see it. But you know, it is a vibey bike, and not in a bad way. I must stress that. But I can see that it's rocking and vibrating ever so slightly when at idle. So we'll see how that fares. Anyway, on to the good stuff. This thing is phenomenal. I'm having an absolute ball. I've said that 3 times now. I adore it. I think it's fantastic. And yes, it's another big adventure bike, and yes, it's tall, but it's 55 kilograms lighter than the Trophy. And all this tech, I'm enjoying it greatly, having this current generation tech on a bike again. It's really nice. Although it's not a deal breaker for me, it really isn't. After having clocks on the Trophy, I enjoyed that too. But if you've got it, why not? And I think Triumph have done a really good job. I'm still a BMW fanboy with their TFT screen setup. I think they actually lead the way on that because it's so good. And they've got all this real estate here, and it's a shame that Triumph haven't decided to use more of it. But I still like it. It's still cool, and it's a pleasant place to sit. And on that subject, my bike has got a heated seat. I've never had a heated seat before, and currently my buttocks are very toasty, and it's one of those things that look at that, isn't it beautiful? I love it up here. It's one of those things that if you've never had, you'll never miss. But once you've got it, oh man, what a deal. It's a deal breaker. It's so good. So I've got the heated grips going on, and I've got the heated seat. So that was a real pleasant surprise, because that wasn't standard with the Rally Pro. That comes in with the Rally Explorer or the GT Explorer. Really cool, really like it. It's actually getting very toasty at the moment, so I might have to turn it down. It's even got like levels of like a heated grips does, so very impressed with that. But yeah, first impressions is I've made the right call. It's really nice coming back to an adventure bike, after leaving the GS behind for a smidge over a year. it just feels very natural coming back to an adventure bike. It's a very comfortable riding position. It's nice to be elevated again, elevated riding position, so better visibility of the road and all that kind of stuff. And I just dig the utilitarian look of it as well. You know, I like the frame on the outside of it, something that the new GS that has just been very topical. It's just been announced this week. I think it was literally 2 days ago it was announced. So yeah, it's something that they've decided to take off the current GS, and it's something I actually really liked on the original. I just realised I've plotted my sat-nav to the Cat and Fiddle rather than the Yonderman, so we'll have to push on. Not to worry. So yeah, I love the white subframe, and I lucked out. I think it's the best colourway too on this particular range. So the Rally Pro, if you didn't already know, comes in a white, something I can't remember the proper names of them, but something like you know, ridiculous names like Snow White or Ice White or I don't know, whatever, and black, and this army green, khaki green. I think we can all agree that it looks rather good in the green with the white subframe. The other really new addition to this bike, I think that was announced last month, or at least rolled out last month. I think we can do it here, so I'll press this, the home button. Can you see that? My forks icon flashing. The bike is now lowering by 20 mils, so I can't flat foot this bike when it's at its normal stance. I'm on the soles of my feet, so not tiptoe, the soles. However, at low speed, so anything below 52 miles an hour, so like inner city traffic or anything like this, right? I can just hold the home button for 2 seconds and the bike will lower itself. And it's just a game changer that it was made an already fantastic bike even better. And that came out after I bought this. And so it just made my day. Really, really pleased with that. So now with that 20 mil reduction, with the bike lowers itself, I could completely flat foot the bike. So not only is it 55 kilograms lighter, that's right folks, 55 kilograms lighter, I can now flat foot it as well. So super chuffed with that little addition, and it was free. They rolled it out to all existing customers of the bike, which I thought was a rather nice touch of Triumph. Well done Triumph. What else could I say straight away? Oh, how slim the bike is as well. And that was one of the first things I noticed. So I have to mount these bikes like you would a horse. So I swing my leg over, put my foot up onto the peg and lift myself over. You know, people may disagree with that method, but that's the way I have to get it. They're so damn tall. So the first thing I notice when you actually get on the bike is how narrow the machine is, and noticeably narrower than the Trophy and the GS before it. The first GS I had was an Adventure. That thing is massive, and my goodness me, I adored it. I really did. It was that was my dream bike, and I still have a massive soft spot for that bike. And then I had the regular standard GS TE after that, and that was a beautiful machine. But out of all of those three big bikes that I've had, this is by far and away the lightest, and it's just fantastic. It really is. Even at its taller setting, its regular setting, I can lean the bike over and flat foot on either my left or right foot, and it's not a problem. It's not a strain. So it does inspire confidence. The other good thing is that the clutch is super light, which I am enjoying, and the quick shifter, up and down quick shifter, is stonking. I've had a blast with it getting up here, and I'm going to enjoy using that more. In fact, I forget that I've got it, so when I suddenly remember that it's there, I do enjoy flapping up and down on the gears. The other little indulgent thing I enjoy having again is spotlights, fog lights at the front of the bike. That's a throwback to the GS Adventure, and I have got them on now. I'll put my hand up. It's just something I really like on an adventure bike. I think they look so cool with spots on. Unnecessary, but cool. On that point, I don't know why they've got that thing on the back of the bike that covers, like a mudguard kind of thing that covers the back wheel. That's a complete GS rip-off. I mean, blatant, and I've got no idea what it's for. I have no idea what it's for on the GS, let alone on this. And it's just a bit of a shame that that's on there. I might actually be tempted to take the thing off, because I don't think it adds anything to the looks of the bike. And yeah, jury's out on that one. But it's a minor thing. It's no biggie. This is one of my favourite stretches of roads here, coming out of Buxton, going towards Bakewell. I've always enjoyed it. Really good fun. Where was I? Oh yeah, so clutch. So really light, and that's going to alleviate one of the biggest problems I had with the trophy, because that was so heavy. The only thing though, it's the biting point is so far out on the clutch. It's taking me a long while to get used to that and adjust. But no, they've got really fancy levers on this bike. They've thrown everything at it, spared no expense. Quoting Jurassic Park. Yeah, they spared no expense in all the bits and gizmos and brands. So I know they're very fancy levers on here, but I can't find I can't adjust them at the moment. I know you can. I just can't figure out how you can adjust them. So that's another evening reading the manual. But I think you can tell by my demeanour, my tone, that I'm very, very pleased with my new toy. They did a stonking deal with me at Stafford-to-Triumph. They've looked after me there. But I have bought like 3 or 4 bikes in a ridiculously short amount of time, for one reason or another. So I would think that they would do a good deal for me. Oh, isn't that cool? I love it. It reminds me of Scotland, the roads of Scotland. Yeah, they did a great deal. So I didn't come in at all into that dealership looking for 2021 Rally Pro at all. It was not my game plan. I just figured out, it's not going to align. It's going to be too expensive with having, already having the Bonneville as well. The whole point of the trophy was that it was affordable. A used bike that I could do some big tours on, and that's exactly what it is, and still is. But I went in looking at the Explorer, so the 2019 Explorer, and I would have been happy with that, really happy with that, because they had a really great example of it in the showroom. Again, funnily enough, in green, and it was fully loaded. The top end of that range, the XRC, I want to say. So I had all the gadgets and gizmos thrown at it, and I was inquiring about that. But the guys there gave me about 3 options: one on that, one on a new one of these, and of course this. And when comparing the numbers and adding everything up, and considering the deal that they gave me on my trophy, this was by far and away the best option. So super stoked with it, really, really pleased. And this bike already has a little bit of a story too. So before it's made its way into my stable, it was an ex-factory bike. So this bike was at Triumph headquarters and was shipped to all the press launches. So all the videos that you would have seen from all the big boys that do the reviews would have sat on this bike and done the review on it out in Portugal a couple of years ago. And I've watched I watched the videos at the time when they came out. So guys like Moto Bob, 44 Teeth, all those guys. Plus, something very cool, underneath the seats, there's like a phone charger where you can obviously plug in your phone or any other electrical device. There's still sand in there from those tests. So sand all the way from Portugal, and sand everywhere else as well. So even though it's a couple of years old, or it's about 18 months old, come on sausage, let's go. It still has the elements of its test days with all the press. So I quite like that. I like that it's got a story, and I'm excited about what I'm going to get up to with this bike. So I think it's going to be another great mile muncher for me. And it's only done 4,000 miles. That was the other one. I should have said that. 4,000 miles on the clock. So again, practically new, as they say. Anyway, we're almost at the Onderman. When I get there, I will do a bit of a walk around. I always miss this corner. Let's get it here. So you can take it all in. I've also got a pair of new panniers with the bike. That was essential. Obviously, I need panniers. And as luck would have it, they were having an offer in store, and I get a discount as well. So I've got a pair of their new aluminium Explorer panniers, and they're quite snazzy, I'd say, and I think it looks great on the bike. Again, you will see that on my Instagram feed. Excuse me. Like it down here as well. This is always cool. Look at that. Very cool. I see people bouldering there regularly. Oh, it's doing well, you know. I'm in sport mode at the moment, so it's all tight, and yeah, that it does dip quite significantly, so I'm trying to get used to that. But that big 21-inch wheel is not giving anything away. I'm feeling very confident. And that engine's a bunch of GS's, literally a bunch of GS's, all of them. Yeah, enjoying this. This is good. You can feel how nimble it is, and the power is significant too. There's been a couple of moments that I've been able to open it up, you know, a little bit and just have a bit of fun, and it just flies. It's got just under 150 brake horsepower when looking at the numbers, and you know, doing that talk down the pub, comparing stats and all that. I don't really care about that much of about the, you know, torque and power, as long as it feels good on the bike. You know, it doesn't really matter to me. But I'm pleased to report that it does feel good, and it does shift, and it's the noise. Like the Trophy, that had a real howl. That had a real howl about it, which I really enjoyed when you opened it up. But this thing literally growls. That was only in second too, come on. And I love it when you get up there a little bit higher, quite fitting. So at the moment I'm really enjoying the new engine from Triumph, the T-Plane Triple, and I agree with all the reviewers. It does give it that character, you know. So at low end it sounds and feels a bit like a twin, and higher end like a V-twin. Having owned both of those configurations, I can relate to them in one way or the other. I might have got that the wrong way around, but either way it's fun, and that's all that matters. So much fun. The bike also has all the you know, the touring tools outside of what I've already mentioned, with the heated seat and the heated grips. It has the cruise control, but it, you know, it doesn't have the radar. Oh no, don't want that. The my radio's just turned on my Cardo. Don't want that. Don't want that at all. Turn that down. There we go. That's better. Yeah, it doesn't have the radar system where you know, it matches the vehicle in front, and I am not fussed about that in, you know, one bit. I rarely use cruise control. It's only when I'm doing big miles on the motorway that I would, if anything, just play with it, give my hand a bit of a rest. But it's never for a long period of time. So that wasn't a deal breaker for me. Not, you know, not having that radar system very much is the vehicle in front. The other thing that it does not have, that is on the Explorers, is the detection assist for guys that are in your blind spot. And I think that's a pretty cool gadget. But again, gadget, right? So something that I can live without, and it wouldn't replace safety checks. So yeah, something nice to have. A bit like the heated seat thing, you know, something nice to have, but I'm not devastated that I haven't got it, kind of thing. But you know, it's got all the other gadgets. You'll see on my screen at the moment, I'm looking at the, which is just insane. This bit's just mind-boggling. It just, the GS had this as well. It's so unnecessary, but so cool. I can see my music by artist and track, and I can, by the controls of my handlebars, I can move the music backwards and forwards, selecting tracks, and control the volume. This bike will also give you notifications of text messages and bring it up on the screen telling you who it's from. I think that's, I'm not too sure on that one. I think that's quite distracting. A bit like this lady. I hope it's a lady. Yep, it's a lady. Oh my. It'd be really bad if it was a guy with long hair. Yeah, the message thing on the screen, I don't think that's necessary. So yeah, I'm just thankful that it doesn't connect to like WhatsApp or Signal, because I get more messages via that. But either way, it's there, and it connects to everything else that you can, you know, all the usuals like your comms. I think there is something like 6 rider modes, which is again insane, because how many are you actually going to use, like the average Joe like me? But it's fun to have it. It's a bit like Top Trumps, saying what you've got more than what you would actually use. I'll probably spend most of my time between sport and road, regular mode. But there is Rally and Rally Pro on this bike, as in the modes. And there is also a straight out rider customization mode, so you can plot your own preferences. So it's completely bespoke. So that is really cool. Will I use it? Probably not, but it's cool that it's there. And they've gone one further, that you can choose different layouts. I know that's not a new thing for Triumph, as in the layout, the circular center icon, speedo like that, what you're looking at right now. There's two different designs for it, so it's cool. You gonna let me go? That's really good of him. Here we go. So I'm gonna gonna get to the Yonderman and do a little walk around, and I'll call it a day on this video. Just wanted to do introductions of the new bike. I'll do more content on it. Obviously you'll see me riding it, so that'll all be coming. But let me know if you have any actual questions on it that you would like me to answer. Happy to do that. I'm sure there's a wealth of information out there already, but feel free to ask me if you want me to cover anything. Look at that thing, it's a fucking trophy. What the odds? Sorry, I swore there, shouldn't do that. I am struggling to find neutral with it though. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to get it. Anyway, I can't believe there's a trophy there. That was a good ride, I enjoyed that a lot. Alright, so there she is. See the spots on there? I really like it. I love the front cluster as well. The LED that they've created. I think it's better than the new GS one. I'm not sure, and that jury's out with that cross shape. You can see here, like a bit yellow tinges from the white. That's all the sand and stuff. I still haven't had a chance to clean it properly. Oh, that's quite a good shot, isn't it? You can see the trophy behind it and the tiger. Busted there, I've been talking to myself. But yeah, there she is. I'm also trying to think of a name for it as well. I'm thinking a bit of an obvious one, but Tony the Tiger. Anyway, enough of that folks. I'm going to leave it there. Hope you enjoyed the catch up. I'll be back soon.